Welcome to San Diego Market Movers. I have Quynh Vu here with me today. Welcome, Quynh.
Thank you for having me.
So good to have you. And we were just chatting about parents preparing to send their kids off to college. How are people doing that? It's such a massive expense. It can be very overwhelming. So what are ways that you're seeing that parents can prepare for that huge expense?
Yeah, that's a really great question. Like, we have 4 kids, and we've definitely had this discussion. Like, how are we going to fund college for them? Outside of the tuition costs, there's also a lot of costs associated with just room and board living here in San Diego. Yeah. While there are some funds that you can save money and set aside money for your kids if they are planning to go to college, one of the disadvantages of those programs is if your kids decide not to go to college, your money is kind of locked up for a long time. Yep. Some of my clients have opted to buy rental property that later on maybe their kids could potentially move into while they're going to school. I know my son, he's in college and he's renting a place with a bunch of other students just so it could be affordable. Yep. And, if you own an additional property that's an investment property, you could later on potentially let your child live there. It can continue to earn rental income for you, and that rental income could potentially pay for college tuition. So instead of giving your kids like a lump sum of money, you could be giving them kind of like an oil well, something that just keeps producing income every year to help fund and finance their education, because right now it's expensive, but just imagine like 20 years from now, it's going to cost even more to go to college. Yeah. So the idea of owning an asset that continues to produce income and your family will continue to benefit from, I feel like is a great opportunity.
It's very creative. I think you have to think outside of the box these days.
Yeah.
And that rental income is putting money into your pocket. Instead of you sending your child off to pay for a dorm or a rental property, you're giving them money to help support them in paying rent on top of tuition. That money's not going into your pocket. Yeah. So it's a great way that I think people have to start thinking outside of the box of how can we make this happen and then make it work for us.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love that. Well, if you are a parent and you're looking for creative ways to build wealth through real estate, Quynh Vu, you are the person for people to reach out to.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in
today.
Thank
you for having me.
Of course.